Hi, it's Sue from Snake River Stamping. I forgot to give you the measurements. I'm hoping that I can splice this into my other video and I can figure that out. If I can't splice, I'll figure something out about it, my measurements. So I'm gonna turn the camera down. I can find the right thing. Yes, there it is. Okay. So remember, we were working on Amber Autumn today, and we made this card with the early espresso background and the pumpkins and everything. And these were my measurements. So my card base out of early espresso was 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I had an adhesive sheet and the gold sheet, the gold cardstock, were both 4 by 5 1/4, and I adhered the adhesive sheet to the gold, leaving the backing on one side, of course, you know, sticking it to the gold and leaving the backing on the other side, so I could die cut these leaves using this large plate die that comes with the bundle. Okay, and I had to run it through a few times to get it to work, but it did. Just because it's thicker, the gold is thicker, and then the adhesive sheet was thicker, so it took a few cranks to get that through, and I explained that in my video. Anyway, so those are both the same. My basic white to stamp and color my pumpkins on, I just used 5 1/4 by 4 because I stamped a couple pumpkins just in case, to practice coloring and things. And then my textured notes, I had die number 2, which is about 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. And I replaced it in this one with DSP instead of white. And I used another piece of white with die number 4, which is smaller. And I'll show you mine in just a moment. And then the DSP, this DSP right here, was cut with stylish shapes, which is about 3 1/2 by 1 1/2 to cut this out on that one. And I did recut and restamp this so it was straight. It wasn't straight when I demonstrated it the first time, and I decided to offset it. And basically that was to show a little bit more of the designer series paper because I really like it and I thought it was pretty. So I just did that, and you could certainly make this piece, which is referenced here, with basic white, 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. That's how big this is. It could just be white, and you could stamp it, I mean, whatever way you would like to do it. So you can take a screenshot of this. You can stop the video and write it down. You know, whatever works for you. But here are your measurements, and if it doesn't work for me to splice this in, then I will probably write this down on my Facebook page. I don't know how I could do it on YouTube, but I know I can do it on my Facebook page. I can put the measurements on there. So thank you for your patience, and you were probably yelling at me, where's the measurements? Here they are. So thank you, and I'm sorry I forgot. Talk to you later. Bye.